not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that one way or another.
You lose. I win.
I was wrong. I was wrong in a profound way.
Yeah.
And I was profoundly wrong. I don't know how to atone for this. I think I just have to do some sort of cosmic penance.
Stanley Kubrick.
But the Jahans, it's worse than you could have imagined.
Yeah.
I didn't ever do the deep dive.
I'm glad I never watched the one about him talking about having sex with the boy who wanted to go back on eBay. I never
watched him reading his fanfics.
Yeah.
I knew that there was a lot there. I knew it was not something I wanted to know anything about.
Yeah.
But the Oven Men, they're willing to do these things.
The Oven Men against time.
Yes, and they did the deep dive into Jahans' content, and they found
so much
things that really shouldn't ever see the light of day.
The bog roll.
I was wrong. Look, I was wrong. I should never have been.
I was wrong to sympathize. I was wrong to...
Yeah. I was wrong to think Jahans was a good guy that just was fucked up. Jahans is...
human waste.
He's basically a pile of useless DNA that sits in a room and excretes fluids and odors and revels in them.
Yes. Then he goes on... then he makes a video about how he actually goes outside and has stuff to do.
He made a video where he was supposed to go on a job interview in 5 minutes, and it was like an hour long.
Then he made another video about how he got lost on his way home. So he's a man who leaves the house a lot if he gets lost.
And we don't. Well,
it's not funny anymore. I don't know what to do.
I feel like you're projecting your insecurities. I mean, here. I think that
can we talk about some of the other things that were unearthed? I mean, I don't know. Do we want to go? We already played what we played, so we know the issue with.
We know not to mess with him. I mean, everybody went and...
Do we know the issue with the hamster?
He molested a hamster of some sort? He masturbated a hamster?
He brought his hamster to orgasm, apparently?
Oh. I also heard that it was a female, so how can you tell? Like, maybe he just really heard it?
We're not researching that. The intern needs to just leave that alone.
Yeah, we're not... That's not something we're going to be doing any independent research on. But the thing is, we need to... And even the Oven Men are with me. I spoke with them.
Yeah,
they're with me on this.
They're wise.
We need to sever the tie. We need to cut. Now, Jahans is not going to ever stop.
Yeah, it has to end. We got to unsubscribe, unlike, just no more comments, more.
I'm done. I'm other than the stingers.
Oh yeah, the stingers and the drops will be around.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Memes never die, but it has to stop here.
But I'm done with the interactions with.
Plus, we got what you get when you mess with him. I mean, over the weekend, the sites were all down.
Jahans ultimately he got his sort of psychic revenge on us by bringing down our sites with whatever, sort of powers he'd learned.
His mean magic, his chaos boy titties magic.
He learned some kind of crazy internet magic, on another plane with Doctor Who and the Time Lords, where he could sort of control the flow of server packets, internet protocols. He's able to harness these energies in a way that we don't understand. So we can't mess with him anymore.
I want to just channel the spirit of Bulbasaur for a second, counter signal. I think that he's the ultimate evolution of the neat stage of consciousness, and I don't know. Definitely
is the platonic neat. He's sort of the.
He's not a neat social though. We need Nietzschean social.
He's not a neat social, but he's sort of like the what's the word for like the?
He's a centrist who thinks the left is more morally makes sense. That's what he
Right,
said.
but then he also fantasizes about, you know, imbibing bodily fluids and cutting up organs and eating them. I mean, it's not like, you know, somebody mentioned that the fact that he's getting testosterone injections.
Yeah.
Given the kind of fantasies he has, you might not want to give somebody with those kind of fantasies testosterone injections.
There's a huge voice change, and you can tell.
Yeah, there was a big voice change, and look, if he's already having these fantasies,
The mutton chops,
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, giving him testosterone injections might not be. Supposedly, his sister left their family because she was afraid of him.
Oh, really? Oof.
Yeah, this is another thing that WAP told me that he and the Oven Men discovered in there.
Well, he is a big guy.
Deep dive into that. I just don't know that there's.
I feel like we should keep an eye on this kind of
No, we
situation.
need to wash our
keeping an
hands.
eye on him.
Wash your hands.
Somebody should. It's probably for the British. I mean, now the British police are sort of inadvertently keeping an eye on him now because of all the pizzas that were delivered to his home. So that's in a way good because we want the police watching, right? We don't want something to happen to his next door neighbor's daughter. So we should just leave it at that. I don't endorse any further interaction with Johns. Of course, nobody listens to me because
this is something you can't put back.
I
This is
literally started the Chronicles of Jahans was going to be like my big opening book, and now you're telling me I can't do Chronicles of Jahans.
well. I mean, you just got everything you needed in that 10-minute.
Yeah, there's
audio
nothing
piece
else
there.
that you need. And you know, I said last time I made a suggestion of how and they completely didn't.
I'm gonna make a better stinger. I know I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have to dive back in for some stinger.
Okay,
material.
we're still going to be using him for drops and stingers.
Oh,
That's-
absolutely.
You know, and we're going to be taking him out of context and cutting him.
Shut it all down!
That might be
So
the
Ghoul's
best shut it down
connection-
ever.
Ghoul's connection went to shit, so we had to tap out. Thanks, Ghoul.
Ah, shit. All right, cool.
But okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. What is this? Oh God.
I know you know. I was debating reading that, and you want to read that?
I'm
Charlie
looking
gave
at
us some.
Charlie Hammer's comment here. I don't know. Do we need to do this?
Yeah, I mean, we already-
feel like everyone already knows this.
This
all
is
of
news
our-
to. I mean, there's a lot of. We have like listeners that are on the forum, so I'm just going to read it. Lending some frightening legitimacy to the cat story is an August 2008 post on DeviantArt by someone using the name Farshnook, which is the name he uses on Twitter.
That's his Twitter handle. Yeah.
It's also his blog name. I don't know what it means, but whatever. I don't watch Doctor Who. He claims to. The poster claims to have brought their hamster to climax. He claims to gain no pleasure from the act, but that his hamster really loves him now. He acknowledges it might sound a little gross, but encourages another poster to try it. And that if he does, he may see it's not so gross after all.
I feel like that could be
He's
a troll.
just making the hamster happy.
I feel like that could possibly be a troll. Maybe someone's trying to.
But why would some? But the post is dated from 2008.
Oh,
That just means he was. Well, he's like 25 now, though. So that means he's what, 17 at the time.
You know,
which would be young enough to do that kind of shit and then post about it on DeviantArt.
Yeah, on DeviantArt. I mean, it's
You know
got
what I'm
Deviant in it.
Here's a weird theory. I think Jahans might be responsible for Iron March. Now, hear me out.
Okay.
We also know Iron March was started as a community on DeviantArt that was disgusted with degeneracy.
Yeah, I've got a chapter
I'm
in
thinking that
Chronicles of Jahans about this.
Perhaps Slavros saw this post about the hamster, and that was the last straw. At which he had to start making his videos, and then he had to form the Iron March community. Because the Farshnook post about masturbating his hamster was too far.
That's too
He
far
had
for
to
me.
do something. Yeah, it's too far. It's way too fucking far. I'm pretty fucking far from okay. like it's already way too fucking far. The whole piss, shit, tears, vomit, whatever the fuck other bodily fluids.
Oh God!
You know, like that's too far.
Centiliters. Like you're fucking English.
100 centiliters of
Enough
shit.
with the centiliters.
What the fuck? Get the fuck. What is this?
What'd you put up here now, Charlie?
Yeah, no, he's got a
My
screen
hamster
cap.
climax. If you're interested, I am. Wow. Your response is I. All right, we got to stop. This is too far.
That's all on there.
We have gone too far down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
This is hamster hole, as it were.
Okay.
Hamster
All right.
hole.
The Jahans thing.
This hamster hole that he's been stimulating. Oh God, I'm sorry.
Other than out of context clips of him being really racist and other funny stuff and stingers were done with Jahans.
Black people should be shot.
Right. That's the kind of wholesome content we need to get back to. We've gone way far afield of that.
Black people are chimps.
I like that one a lot. You're supposed to use your new drop, Mike. After that one,
People are
really.
use your drop.
Wait. Oh my. Oh Jesus. Oh, I don't have these things.
The ones we'll give you.
Extra crispy.
Crispy.
Am I an extra crispy boy?